Hi, I'm Mario Guerra, the two-time former mayor of the great city of Downey, and I am here with my co-host, Eric Pierce, the editor of the Downey Patriot. You're watching, you're listening, Talking Downey with Mario
and Eric. Mario.
Back-to-back episodes we're taking.
Yes. Episode. And this one I'm excited about because I'm going to learn a few things. We're talking today State of the City. Mayor Claudia Fermetta delivered her annual State of the City address a couple weeks ago. You know, I'm bummed because it wasn't a Thursday, so I couldn't be there. That's our production day.
Yeah, you have to do other. Yeah.
But you were there.
I was.
Of course, you wouldn't miss it. How was it?
It was good. It's always good to see everybody when the whole community comes out and so forth. I think it got, I think it went on too long on there, but I think it took away because you had some other elected officials speaking before the mayor. So you had Supervisor Hahn, you had Senator Archuleta, Assemblywoman Blanca Pacheco. So they came and they each took, not that long, 5 or 10 minutes, but that's half an hour.
Sure.
And it should have been during the time that even people, I looked around later on, I'm like, I don't think the school board got introduced on there. I don't think the city council got introduced. The former mayors, there was 5 of us there. And not that we deserve anything, but I'm saying there was an area there, and I think Jennifer Decay, your boss, was supposed to do it, looking at the agenda. But we kind of went through it, and then Claudia had to start hers while we were all eating. And then she spoke for about an hour. So it was just running late because we had that in there. And I thought...
And it's the middle of the day.
Yeah, it was the middle of the day, so it needed to have kept the time. But I just think that if they came up, they should have all come up together, the supervisor, the thing.
Yeah, it's a long event.
It was a little icky when the mayor introduced former Sheriff Alex Villanueva.
That was interesting.
That was bizarre.
It was because he's not elected anymore.
And he's a politician. He's running against Janice Hahn.
That's what made it weird to me, to have them in the same room, to invite him when Janice Hahn is going to
And then
there.
especially when they were asked at the beginning, when we were taking photos of Janice Hahn around the cake, and somebody brought him up there, and I looked at Janice Hahn's, the supervisor's photographer. I'm like, she's not going to be happy because there's Supervisor Hahn here, and he's running against her. It's like, but she's the incumbent. She's done a lot of things for Downey. Anyways, he shouldn't have gotten that
politically. I don't think it was a good idea.
No, it was terrible. It was terrible. He shouldn't have been mentioned. It shouldn't have been, and I could tell. And as soon as he got mentioned, she was there the majority of the time because we sat at the table next to her. I sat with Notter and Alex Hoff from Financial Partners. They're always the main sponsor, and they do a great job for the chamber. So you could tell when she got introduced, and then a few minutes later, she got up and left, and one of her deputies sat at her seat, so it wasn't an empty chair. But come on,
I would be upset if that was her, because it sours the relationship a little bit. Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would this? So I don't know if it was a chamber. I don't know, who invited him, but he shouldn't have been. Or if he did, he should have kept quiet on there. I mean, he's a pretty controversial figure.
Well, it is, and I was outspoken when he was invited to be the keynote speaker at Gangs of the Downey at its luncheon, when a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever. Not everybody likes him. It's controversial. Right. Why do it?
Well, but then you and I pushed back on you then, because then he was the elected sheriff.
He was.
So he's the elected sheriff. We're talking about Gangs at a Downey, which every city around us is represented by the sheriff. So it impacts us. Him being at the state of the city has no impact. There's no business on there. There's other candidates running. They weren't introduced, nor should they have been. Right? You had candidates running for city council, which is a lot more important than what he's doing. And so, anyway, I thought that was a little icky.
Did you learn anything?
On there, I learned, Mayor Fermetta, she mentioned about housing at the South Ranchian campus. On there, I think you guys picked that up in your story. Alex Dominguez did that. We celebrated the city. I think the Rio Hondo needs to do a better job, and it's city owned and everything else. you need to have a better job to be able to present things in a PowerPoint or so forth. I remember when I did the State of the City, we had a temporary screen and whatever, because here it was just at one end for all the pictures in the original little montage. You can't see who's in the pictures. It's just too little, too far away. And then poor Mayor Frometta, she had great things and she's a great speaker, but you can only listen to the talking. You needed to have some visual, especially when it comes to the numbers and some of the slides on there. So that would have helped her. It's not her fault. That Rio Hondo doesn't have it. So I felt that the chamber should have helped her a little bit more there.
Yeah. No, it's a great point, because that's the facility in Downey for these kind of events.
Right. So she did good. She's classy. She represents us well. She
knows what she's talking about.
She knows what she's talking about
100%.
And stuff. The one thing, my only criticism, when she first got sworn in, she said, and I complimented her there at City Hall the day when she got sworn in about having the State of the City early on in the year. And I know it's a fundraiser for the chamber, but she should have kept to that. It always is toward the beginning of the year, okay? And what happens, you kind of almost set your agenda and so forth. Because now when she leaves in 2 weeks, there are 3 weeks, that's when she can also recap what she accomplished from what she set the goals on. Or town hall meetings. By the way, Hector Sosa, council member, he called me the other day and he goes, hey, I'm going to follow in your footstep, and he's doing a thing. We should announce it when it's coming up on there, but over at Apollo Park. But that's how you get that out there. You have town hall meetings and talk about and dialogue. But she should have had it earlier. I think, and I love him, former Mayor Rick Rodriguez wanted to do it at the end to, talk about the accomplishments. I'm like, okay, so we went a year and a half without a State of the City. It was towards the end. And then when COVID happened on there, so he had his in January, and he wasn't the mayor then, God bless him, because he was already out of office. And then Blanca Pacheco did hers a month later. It was just weird. It was just weird. So if anything, Michael Calvert, the Downey Chamber, on there, do it earlier, okay? Mayor Pro Tem Trujillo, if you do it next year, do it earlier. Do it in February, March. Set the vision, not what you accomplish. You do the accomplishment for that vision later part of the year. That's my 2 cents. I hope they don't get mad at me for that.
Sure. No. But you know what? I've spoken to people who attended, and it feels like the overall state of the city is positive.
Sure.
I feel, now we have some really good staff on board at City Hall. We have a good administration. The election's almost over. We're getting some stability. I feel like we're finally moving forward as a community, as a city.
I think, and my hat's off to the council for hiring some good people. Eric, I really do feel that this would have been so different. This was in January when she got booted out of office, if Catherine Alvarez were still in there. Because we hired all these people, and she would have had a say in a negative one, and who knows what could have happened on there. But I'm telling you, there's a sense of feeling of camaraderie there. Of course, and the main people are Mayor Frometta, Councilman Hector Sosa, and Mayor Pro Tem Trujillo. Timothy Horn, it's not his fault. He doesn't, know what he doesn't know and stuff like that. So that's good. We're moving forward. And you're right. That is a good sense that happened. Hey, we hired some good people, and so forth. So
well, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to mention on the state of the city?
No, that was good.
If not, I want to ask you.
I already ticked off 5 or 6 people there.
You did. You really did.
Sorry, Michael Calvert, but you didn't ask my opinion, but I'm giving it to you after the fact.
Hey, it's fair. Another event that you attended that I did not attend, the Downey Warren football game at SoFi. You were there, I think, on behalf of the Army.
Yes, I was.
And you were on the field.
I was.
What was it like?
It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. It was a sellout, 18,000, all the tickets that we had. Couple historical things. First of all, first high school teams to play at SoFi. Awesome. Warren, Downey. The rivalry is big enough the way it is. But a couple things happened. At the beginning, Warren High School has a JROTC. Okay, first time ever. It's amazing. Junior leadership class. It's amazing. There's like 70 kids. So they were going to do the color guard 2 weeks before. Okay, these kids hadn't got their equipment, hadn't got their uniform. So got their uniforms. I got the Army guys came out and helped train them on how to do it. They were nervous and excited. They were going to be the first color guard and high school color guard to do that at SoFi Stadium. So the week before, their shoes hadn't come in, and they have the shiny patent leather shoes. So we got the Long Beach Army Company to donate some of the soldiers. Okay, what size do you wear? 10.5. I got a 10.5. Hey, do you got a 10.5? Okay, great. Hey, do you have it on there? There was two young ladies. They got borrowed shoes to go out there. You never would have known it. The new the leader there, Lieutenant Colonel Gerard, she's the head of the JROTC there for Warren High. She's amazing with the kids. Very super nice lady. Anyways, so everybody's nervous. I'm on the field watching them. They come out. They look awesome. These kids are excited, and we got some great pictures with them. And then at the end of the quarter, something else had happened too, which is a first. So we went out there with Dr. Garcia, Gigi, the president of the school board, both principals, Tom Houtz and Carrie White. And then we had 2 scholarship, and we had some Army folks. And myself, I was able to give my Minuteman scholarship $250,000 to a young man, Armando Ramirez from Downey High, going to Loyola on a full ride scholarship doing ROTC at UCLA. Then we gave a $50,000 scholarships to 2 young ladies, one from Warren and one from Downey. Amazing. So we got to go on the field with the big checks and so forth. Their families were there. It was a great visual for our community of 18,000 that were there, but also talking about here's the potential, for our students to look at the military and what scholarships can do. So yeah, I was a proud CASA. I was proud to represent the Army there, but it was really fun.
It's cool to me that there's so many kids there who made memories that are going to last a lifetime.
Oh yeah,
hundreds of kids.
Oh yeah, just from being there.
Remember it forever.
Yeah. The hard part was watching the game because when you're on the sidelines, I don't think SoFi didn't put like 3rd down and 12 and whatever. You could see the clock running. That's it, but you don't have a clue what what the score is, but you have no clue what it is. So you're watching that, and then just hear people up in the higher, yelling and But anyways, it was congratulations to Downey Unified. I know Dr. Roger Brosmer really did a lot. They worked really hard. I'm not sure they'll ever do it again because there was so much work. Yeah. But those are 2 events that just happened that kind of changed the city. State of the City was great, and then the SoFi thing was a couple of days before. It was amazing.
Good things happening in Downey.
Good things happening in Downey. You felt community. Yeah. I'll tell you what I did see, because there's a big rivalry. And hats off again to Dr. Roger Brosmer, because I was watching him. So they're, it's a rivalry, and these are high school kids, and they've really been founding it all week. So after the game, some of the Warren players were going to come over to this side and do a little taunting, and you have Dr. Brosmer running out there with his arms on there. You get back, get back on there. He was being very forceful, as he should have, because that's all you don't want an incident, pushing or shoving. But I'll tell you, good leadership on Downey Unified School District.
Good for him. And Roger's a big guy too.
And Roger's a big guy. I would have been scared of him too. God bless him. So anyway, so thanks for watching this short episode. Listening. Thank you to our sponsor, financial partner, which was also a sponsor of the SoFi game. So again, they're doing everything, and Notter, and they show up. They don't just write a check. They show up. Notter, the CEO, and he had all his executive team. We sat with them for a while and everything else. So anyways, so thank you for watching, for listening, Talking Downey with Mario
and Eric.